It's a brand new day and I'm already late again. It was actually a very productive morning. I worked a bit in a bar, then I came home to leave my things, and now I'm going to meet my friend with whom we're going to do some dress shopping. So taking you with me, and we're taking the metro. Hello again, and it's a new day, and I'm at a shopping mall, and I'm trying to find a dress, and I'm trying to buy some books, and it's very, very hot, so we're going down now in the elevator. Okay, so what happened in the past 1 hour? I bought the books, I bought a bottle of water. I arrived here, I'm very close to the place where my dentist office is, and it's way too early. So I have two options. Either I will find a bench to just sit, relax and read for a little bit, because it's a beautiful day. It was supposed to be raining today, but it's not. As you can see, it's warm and beautiful. So either I will do this, or I will go and look for a dress in another shop, which is over there. It's another Ukrainian brand like this one. And I don't know, I think that actually, judging by how much time I still have left, I might do that. And then after I will be done with all of my dentist things, I will just go and grab a coffee with some desserts a bit later. Maybe actually in Podil, in that part that I promised to show you before. By the way, I hope you can hear me. There's like walking basically by the road. Okay, let's go and check the dresses, I decided. We're on this bridge again. Yes. Now we will go down with the part that I showed you before. I promised that I will show it to you. Yeah, and let's just appreciate the beauty of this world, because it's just amazing. Look. And this is already the third musician that I saw on this bridge now. It's like, it's almost sunset, so maybe it's their working time. Okay, that was beautiful. I think it's Metallica. I'm not sure. Нет, извините. Okay, now I feel like I'm in Palermo again, because I'm pretty sure he wanted to sell me some bracelets. How they do in Palermo. Anyways, we arrived at the same fountain, and now we will go in another direction. Okay, now I need to decide whether I will go down by this way, how these two ladies, they're going up, maybe I will go down, or maybe I will proceed over there and we will go to St. Andrew's Descent, which is also a very beautiful part of the city. And this is where we were, on that bridge. So this bridge and this part is something where I wanted to come since May. There is one blogger here on YouTube, his name is Peter Santinello. I'm not sure, I will check it out and I will link his video down. So he lives in Kyiv, he's American, he lives in Kyiv, and he made a beautiful video when he was passing through this bridge for the first time, and he was just walking here in this neighborhood, and it's just like a continuous walking and talking blog. So I will link it down below because it's very cool. And it made me so nostalgic. Oh my god, Peter, if you're watching this, you're the reason I came to Kyiv now in August, because I was not sure at that point, but you convinced me. Okay, so let's proceed on this alley, and I think that we will arrive to St. Andrew's Descent, and we'll catch up a little bit more because it's one of my favorite parts of the city. so this is where we came from, monument to Prince Volodymyr the Great and the People's Friendship Arch, and we are going now to the Artist Alley, and according to this map it will take us 3 minutes, so let's walk. Okay, this is the funicular line. Probably you will not see on the footage, but there is the train over there. Oh, there is one train over there, and it goes all the way down there, and another one is coming back at the same time. Over there. One of these days we will also take this trip, because for me it's a must every time I come to Kyiv. But now we are going here to the Artist Alley. We're going down to Podil, to Kontraktova Ploshcha, which is in translation would be Contract Square. Okay, yeah. Andreevsky Uzvis, 8 minutes. Artist Alley, 3 minutes still. Huh, interesting. Okay, anyways, let's continue. So this is the St. Andrew's Church, which is the start of St. Andrew's descent, or Andreevsky Uzvis. I love it, and it's the only church in Kyiv with no bells, as far as I know. So here it is, a little bit of a guide tour for you. I think we already arrived to the Artist Alley, because over there, people already start selling their paintings. So the Artist Valley is basically the whole St. Andrew's descent is a very cultural place. So you can find many arts, paintings, sculptures, whatever, jewelry. You can find it here. It's kind of like all year round art fair. And here this part is specifically for artists, so for paintings. And when we will go along, like this is actually the older part, so it existed for many years. Over there, where that yellow building is, it's already St. Andrew's descent, so this is where we're going. We're going to go down to Podil. Oh, this is Piazza San Marco in Venice, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting. One more street musician, and we arrived. Look how beautiful. This is how it goes, up and down, because today it's Wednesday, so there are not that many people who are selling things. Also, it's quite late in the afternoon. It's like 6:30, I think, so there are already not that many vendors, but maybe one of these days we will come a little bit earlier, because sometimes you can find very cute things here. Okay, that building in front with the pointy, I don't know, pointy tower, it's called the Castle of Richard the Lionheart, so the King of England. But as far as everybody knows, as far as every historian knows, he was never in Ukraine, so it's a hotel. It used to be a hotel in the 19th century, if I'm not mistaken, and then for many years it's quite abandoned, so it only looks pretty on the outside, and inside there's kind of like nothing. We used to go there with my grandfather on the other way around the castle, and it was always quite abandoned and quite scary, actually, because I'm a bit scared of abandoned buildings. Anyways, this is Taras Shevchenko, who is the most famous Ukrainian poet, and here's Prince Yaroslav the Wise, who was the son of Volodymyr the Great, and he was very famous for bringing science and culture and books into Kievan Rus at that time. And the legend says that he had a huge library and it disappeared, so no one knows where it is, and it's one of the biggest mysteries that kind of intrigues me a lot. I would love to find it. Since I was a very little girl, I wanted to become an archaeologist or a historian to find it, but I didn't become a historian. Anyways, let's go down. souvenirs, woodwork, jewelry, everything you can imagine, anything you can possibly think about bringing home from Ukraine if you want something a little bit more traditional. This shop, Floranet, it's called the Sai shop. It exists since I was in middle to high school, and it has all of this, like, you know, very neon shiny things. And and this is Ukrainian singer Maria Burmaka. This is Teatr na Podoli, or Theater on Podil. It was a very controversial building, but I kind of like it. I don't think that you can ever put architecture in very strong frames, especially when you have this whole street is all of this, you know, Kyiv modern buildings, which is this architectural style, when all the buildings look like this. And it would have been stupid if they would try to recreate it now in 21st century, because this is 19th century, 18th to 19th century. This is the monument to Mikhailo Bulgakov and his house. He was born and raised here and lived here for many years. And if you know his book, which is called White Army or The Days of Turbine, I believe this is how it's supposed to be in English. So if you know this book, this is where everything takes place, on the second floor, over there. Now it's a museum, and you can actually go on a very nice guide tour here, and they will tell you all about his books and his all of his writing style and all of his mythology and everything. So if you're ever in Kyiv and you're interested, I highly suggest it. I've been there quite a few times. And here, as you can see, there is some company that organizes tours to Chernobyl, and honestly it makes me a little bit unhappy, just because this is a tragedy. It's a 33-year-old tragedy, and it was our quiet pain and our bad memory, and now after the TV show everybody all of a sudden wants to go to Chernobyl and take cool pictures, and it kind of makes me a little bit unhappy. And I think that it's quite a little bit disrespectful, because okay, if you're going there to see it as a historical site and the site of something that should be remembered, okay, but if you're going there just to take photo with a Geiger meter, it's just disrespectful, honestly. This is my personal opinion. This is another theater. It's called Teatr Koleso, which is like the wheel theater, and I've never been here for some reason, but I would love to come here, maybe this time actually, we will see. And it goes over there up until, so it goes around the corner. All this building is the theater, and we almost arrived to Podil. Like technically this is also part of Podil already, I think, but yeah, we're going over there, down there, and where you can see that thing that looks like a church and the Ferris wheel. It's Podil. This is where we're heading. Okay, so we're in Podil, and there is some older gentleman is playing Girl from Ipanema on accordion, which is very cool. You see this red tram? It's kind of like a signature of this part of the city. And over there behind, you see there's a coffee place, and there's also a bookshop. So I'm going there. Then I will go to try that checkered dress again in another shop, because that previous one was beautiful, but it was all covered in someone's fake tan or something. So I'll try to find a cleaner version of the dress, and then I will head home. I think I'm kind of a little bit exhausted. It was a long day, but first let's go and check some books.